Alright guys, so once again we gotta talk about woke lunacy that is happening in our schools. Okay, as Oregon is now requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom.
According to the Oregon Department of Education, 1 in 4 teens have missed class due to a lack of access to menstrual products, but the Menstrual Dignity Act hopes to change that. The act states that by the end of the 2022-2023 school year, all Oregon public schools must provide free menstrual products in the girls' and boys' restrooms, as well as the all-gender restrooms, which has some parents concerned.
This act was passed last year without parental or taxpayer input, and parents still haven't been informed by the schools about what's happening.
Gilmore is a parent of 2 elementary school boys in the Medford School District and expressed that a lot of other parents are as upset as she is.
I really do not think this is appropriate. It can bring up subjects that younger kids aren't ready to discuss. And I do believe parents should have a say in what the school teaches.
ODE stated that this act will help students who cannot afford menstrual products and, quote, affirms the right to menstrual dignity for transgender, intersex, non-binary, and two-spirit students, end quote. The products and instructions on how to use them will be in elementary, middle, and high school restrooms, which Gilmore finds inappropriate.
In my opinion, I don't feel like there is an appropriate age for this because, boys cannot have periods, and I really don't think it's healthy to teach our kids that they can.
Gilmore added that she is not upset with teachers and is hoping to raise awareness about the act. In Medford, I'm Tiffany Olin, News 10.
Through the Menstrual Dignity Act, Oregon public schools are required to place the menstrual products in at least 2 restrooms during the current 2021-2022 school year. We reached out to several local school districts regarding their plan about implementing the act, and one was able to give us a statement. Quote, the Medford School District is aware of the new state law and is in discussion on the next steps, end quote. The products include tampons and menstrual pads. Money for the products will be provided through the state. By summer of 2023, all Oregon public schools will have menstrual products and instructions on how to use them in every bathroom, regardless of gender or age.
Yes, tampons. They're requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom. Right. Again, guys, this is the same state whose governor signed a law basically getting rid of the graduation requirements for students. Right. So this is the same state trying to dumb down their students. And instead of worrying about their failing students, OK, they're more worried about having tampons be put in bathrooms because they want biological girls to use the bathroom with boys. Right. They want them to feel comfortable doing that when I'm not necessarily sure if, 1, that should be a priority, okay, when it comes to legislation, and 2, biological girls should not be using the bathroom with biological boys, and then you just don't have this problem, right? But, the progressive left, they like to create problems out of things that are not problems, and then they want to try to solve those problems and then woke virtue signal about it, right? Which is exactly what this is. So I want to get into this because I got a feeling that you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this, especially in some of these blue states, right? And it sucks because it's almost like they're pushing this ideology on, people one way or the other, right? Okay, let's say it's not taught in classrooms. Well, they might not teach in classrooms, but let's put tampons in the boys' bathroom, right? As if that won't confuse young boys, right? In regards to what to do with a tampon, okay? I'm pretty sure they're going to be trying to stick that thing in places that they shouldn't stick it. Okay, or, using it to, stuff them down the toilet or, I don't know, playing with other boys with it. I'm just saying there's going to be all types of crazy stuff that will be done with these tampons in the boys' bathroom. Again, this is what they're doing with your taxpayer money, guys. This is what they're doing, okay? So without further ado, let's actually read about this. Oregon now requires public schools to provide feminine hygiene products in the boys' bathroom, and some parents are concerned. The Menstrual Dignity Act was passed last year by the Democrat-controlled Oregon legislature and signed by Governor Kate Brown. The law requires that all Oregon public schools provide free menstrual products like tampons and pads in boys and all gender restrooms, as well as in girls' restrooms by the end of the 2022 to 2023 school year. Menstrual products, as well as instructions on how to use them, will be placed in all school bathrooms, including at elementary school. Now, here's the thing. in regards to just menstrual products being placed right in bathrooms in general, I think they call that, the far left calls that period poverty, right? The idea that, well, there's a lot of girls in this country that don't have access to these products, okay? And, you know, me personally, I'm not a girl, but I have a hard time believing that, you know, this is a big problem that needs to be addressed, women getting access to menstrual products, but apparently it's an issue, okay? Apparently it's an issue. Quote, this act was passed last year without parental or taxpayer input, and parents still haven't been informed by the schools about what's happening. Corey Gilmore, a mom of 2 elementary school boys in the Medford School District, told local outlet KTLV. Quote, I really don't think this is appropriate, Gilmore said. It can bring up subjects that young kids aren't ready to discuss, and I do believe parents should have a say in what the school teaches. Well, the Democrat Party doesn't believe that, right? They believe in pushing that ideology on you no matter what. It doesn't matter what you say, okay? That's what they believe, right? Because they believe that their woke religion overrides, you know, whatever traditional values or religion that you may have, right? That's what they believe. Gilmore added that she is aware of other parents who are just as upset as she is about the new menstrual product policy. Quote, in my opinion, I don't feel like there's an appropriate age for this because boys cannot have periods, and I really don't think it's healthy to teach our kids that they can, she told the outlet. Facts. I mean, that's just what it is. Why do you need menstrual products in a bathroom whose sex cannot have a period? It doesn't make sense. And again, people that want to say, well, because trans men, and I'm like, well, trans men are biological women, which means they need to use the women's bathroom, which is for biological women, right? We've designed these bathrooms to surround biology for a reason, right? We've done that for a reason. At least one video posted on social media earlier this month claims to show a feminine hygiene product dispenser installed in the boys' bathroom at an Oregon public school. The video panning the urinals to the dispenser. The Oregon Department of Education argues that the new law affirms the right to menstrual dignity for transgender, intersex, non-binary, and two-spirit students. 1 in 4 teens have missed class because they're unable to get menstrual products, according to the department. Again, I have a hard time really believing that this is a big of an issue as they're making it out to be, but who knows? I'm not a woman. I don't live in period poverty, so I don't know. I'm not going to try to speak on it. However, the new policy goes beyond simply providing menstrual products for students. The Education Department's Menstrual Dignity for Students toolkit includes several eyebrow-raising recommendations, such as potentially teaching kindergartners about transgender hormone blockers. Quote, integrate trans-specific puberty information in K-12 instruction, reads one recommendation, which links to a resource on puberty blockers which delay the onset of puberty in children with gender dysphoria. So, ding, 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 right? This is how the Democrats do. You give them an inch, they say, oh, no. It's nothing more but just trying to make sure that these trans men who are in period poverty, they get the resources that they need. That's how they try to frame it, right? But again, when you actually look at the policy and what they're pushing, it goes a lot further than that. They're including resources and information on puberty blockers that they're going to be pushing on these kids. Hey, you want to change the gender? You want to change the sex? Hey, these puberty blockers, right? What about these? This is crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Quote, increase awareness of two-spirit people of their historical standing in tribal nation communities as highly respected and honored people, reads another recommendation. Some social media users reacted with outrage. Quote, I and many Oregon women find your Menstrual Dignity Act an affront to women. One Twitter user said, only females can menstruate, only females should be in the female restroom, and only males should be in the male restroom. Bam. It's really that simple, right? It's really that simple. Has anyone considered the trauma girls will experience when boys run up and down hallways waving tampons and patronizing insertion? Another remark, ridiculing girls at their most vulnerable is not dignity. Facts. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you, some of these dudes, you know, in elementary school and middle school, bruh, I can only imagine what they're going to do with all of these products, right? With all these tampons and, you know, pads and stuff like that. Complaints don't even begin to describe it, she said, about what she's hearing from parents about the menstrual products policy. Quote, a lot of them haven't heard yet about all this background stuff that the teachers are going to be forced to teach in sex ed classes, in health classes, in hearing from parents everywhere who say it's almost beyond belief, Barton said. Barton said she has already filed a legal appeal against the law. Oregon is not the first state to start providing feminine hygiene products in boys' bathrooms at school. In August, Illinois passed a similar bill to make free products available to both boys and girls' bathrooms from grades 4 through 12. So this is something that you're probably going to see a whole lot of woke blue states try to implement in the name of wokeness, okay, and trying to fight period poverty, right? But with that being said, I feel bad for those conservative parents who don't want their kids exposed to this stuff, but they live in Democrat states like Oregon that are just, dead set on implementing this stuff in school and pushing it on kids. Okay, I actually believe one part of Oregon tried to secede, okay, to Idaho or something like that, right? I mean, again, I think it's unfair to make taxpayers fund this stuff when clearly, there's a lot of parents that don't support this type of stuff. Okay, but at the end of the day, I mean, it does come down to voting, right? You got to vote these Democrats out. I mean, because these people are just absolutely insane. But hey, it kind of seems like some of these states on the left coast, like California, Oregon, Washington, they just seem to be lost causes, right? That's just kind of what it seems like at this point. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.